my favorite question, usually, I tell this to everybody, but it is, um, influencers are interesting. They come in all sizes, large, small. Some of them come for your lifetime. Some of them come one sentence at one time, and and it just hits the right time. Can you share with us, one, two, or three people that have been influencers in your life?
Sure, sure. One that comes right to mind is Wendell Berry, which is actually who I named my son after. So Wendell Rodriguez, downstairs right now, has some big shoes to fill that he's not quite aware of. And for folks who don't know him, Wendell Berry is a poet, writer, activist, and a spiritual person. I actually learned of him from my roots as a pastor, where I think a lot of folks would know him from the slow food movement and what he did to change farming practices. But he taught me a lot about the spirituality and the serendipity and the possibility in place, like when you're present. And that applies as much to pastoring as it does to Wall Street, as far as I'm concerned. Next, I'd mention Hunter Levins that I work with, because I get to see somebody who had, in her late 60s, continues to have more stamina and is more sure that she is standing in what is true for her than anybody else I've ever met. She does not question for a second if she has thought through the things that she's thought through and knows that they are true to her. And that's true. It's not I'm not going to think about it at all. I know what I know. It's I've thought it through and I have done my hard work and I'm going to stand clear in how I live my life. That woman is impressive on quite a number of levels. And then the last I would mention is an influencer for today. I think it's somebody who gave me this a few years ago, said this to me a few years ago, and it's been sitting with me ever since. But I think in COVID times, but especially talking to the vulnerability we're looking at and the institutions and all the rest that are going to need some addressing right about now, is a woman named Akaya Windwood, who is a part of Opportunity Collaboration. I saw Topher Wilkins as a leader who cares, and Akaya works with him quite a lot. And she also ran something for years called the Rockwood Leadership Institute. And one of the things she said to me was, Andrew, be kind, not nice. And I think in exactly this moment, that distinction is really important for people who.
I like that.
It's really important to know when what you're about to do is kind or not, and when what you are about to do is nice or not. Because for most progressives who are trying to change the world in this way or the other, they're probably off on both of them. They're probably not as kind as they need to be and too nice. And in both times, we're talking about shortcuts we can't take anymore on vulnerability. I think all of us need to be kind and never be nice.
Yeah, I like that. As a Canadian, we're happy about being called nice, but we're also not happy about being called nice. We are kind most of the time, but nice just seems too vanilla for us, actually. But no, that's actually brilliant. I really appreciate you sharing that, Andrew. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Glad to have the opportunity to talk with you.